Currently, the temperature is 68 degrees, with thunderstorms in the area. Your forecast. Your extended forecast.
You're watching the Weather Channel. Live by it. Live, you're watching the Weather Channel, Evening Edition.
Stormy conditions continue to plague the eastern half of the country. We'll take a closer look at who can expect the next hit of rough weather and how long the unsettled conditions will last.
Erratic winds and dry conditions. That's what's making it difficult for firefighters to get a handle on a massive wildfire in central California. It's just one of many wildfires flourishing in the drought-stricken West. We'll tell you if any help from Mother Nature is on the way. Welcome to the Weather Channel Evening Edition West Coast. I'm Sandra Diaz.
And I'm Rick Griffin. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Well, an umbrella was a must-have accessory Monday in the Big Apple. It was a very wet day. Saw showers early and then again late. At least it was a warm day with highs reaching the mid-80s. Pretty much what you'd expect this time of the year. Now, back to that umbrella. Don't put it too far out of reach. Scattered thunderstorms are possible Tuesday and, as a matter of fact, all the way through Thursday in the Big Apple, and the rain could be heavy at times due to a slow-moving front in the vicinity. That front tonight is out over the eastern Great Lakes, but overnight and through the day Tuesday, it's going to work into a position over eastern Pennsylvania and southeast New York, and then it's just going to sit there for about 36 to 48 hours. There may be
Well, here's a look at some climatological information over the last 100 years or so. Through the month of July 11th through the 20th, you'll see this was the origin of tropical storms or hurricanes. But now we're on the 21st through the 31st. That does increase to a possibility of 38 storms in comparison to the 20-some we were looking at just a week or two ago. So that stretch now brings it further across the Atlantic. We start to see better conditions to develop some storms here along the Atlantic in through the eastern coastal areas of the U.S. and still in the Gulf of Mexico. We may have a good chance to see something possibly develop here as climatological information stresses. Here's what we're dealing with, though, across the Atlantic basin right now. It's pretty quiet for the most part. We were monitoring our tropical depression number 6, but we have received our final advisory now. Still moving to the west at 23 miles per hour with winds up to 35 miles per hour. Taking a closer look at what happened to this depression, you can see it was just torn apart by upper level winds out of the west-southwest. Nonetheless, it's still an open wave that will create some Good surf across Puerto Rico throughout the day on Tuesday and make its way in towards Cuba. We'll still monitor this because, as I mentioned, this time of the year you still may see some development, and in fact this wave may redevelop, but chances are unlikely. A little closer to home, the Caribbean, pretty quiet right now. We do have a lot of shearing going on, and even across the Gulf of Mexico, it's very quiet. A very silent night here in the Gulf of Mexico. Not the case, though, for the Eastern Pacific. We are monitoring an area of low pressure about 600 miles just southwest of Acapulco. We'll keep an eye on this system and see if anything does develop over the next 12 to 24 hours. Nothing is expected, though. And then a little further westward, we have our tropical depression Felicia, moving rapidly towards the west at 16 miles per hour. It has winds up to 35 miles per hour. It's almost
Air station on the West Coast, speaking to the troops out there and congratulating them on the war on terror and thanking them for the sacrifice. Every indication federal sources say is that this is not an act of terrorism. Hearing that again.